because I saw him in Skype 2-3 days ago. Let me give a brief intro. Swami Maheshwaranandji renounced the world and went to our yearly sadhana program in Mangad, India in the year 1988 and met our Supreme Acharya Jagadguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj. With the guidance and divine grace of Sri Kripaluji Maharaj, Swami Maheshwaranandji studied the deepest aspects and the intricate secrets of our Bharatiya scripture. Sri Maharajji made him a sannyasi preacher in the year 1993. Since then, Swami Maheshwaranandji has been traveling throughout the United States, Canada, West Indies and Guyana, where he diligently works with devotees through lectures, devotional retreats, to provide the necessary devotional knowledge so they can deepen their bhakti to Radha Krishna and understand the message of selfless love and service to God and Guru. I request to all of you to please listen to his discourse with utmost attention and please turn off your cell phones. As a token of our respect on behalf of all of you, as a token of our respect to Sri Maheshwaranandji, I now request Ethan to offer a garland to him.
Prathamam Sadgurum Vande Shri Krishnam Tadanantaram Guru Papatmana Trata Shri Krishnas Tvamalatmana Cheto Darpanamarjanam Bhavamaha Davagni Nirvapanam Shreyah Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatmasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Namah Kamalana Bhaya Namah Kamal Maline Namah Kamal Padme नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ग्वं देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। दिव्य आत्माओं, भक्त समुदाय, devotees of the Supreme Lord Shri Radha Krishna, the divine souls, let me first say Radhe Radhe to each and every one, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to each and every one of you here tonight. I have chosen a very beautiful pad, divine poetry, written by the great saint Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripaluji Mahaprabhu. Very beautiful pad, a divine Leela, a devotee meeting, her first meeting with Shri Krishna. We're going to see what happens and what she experiences, and encourage us also what we can get in our meeting with Shri Krishna. वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का,
सखी बात कहूँ का,
वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का,
वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का,
जा दिन देखी, जा दिन देखी नंद नंदन छवि,
जादिन देखी नंद नंदन छवि,
जा दिन देखी नंद नंदन छवि,
जादिन देखी नंद नंदन छवि,
मंद मंद मुस्कात कहूँ का,
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 वादिन वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
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 A gopi, one of the highest devotees of Sri Krishna, the dust of whose feet even Shankar Bhagwan, great personalities like Shankar Bhagwan, Brahma, etc., are praying for. To the point that they are asking to become a creeper, grass, a plant in Vrindavan. So when these gopis would walk, the dust of their feet will rise and fall on them and they'll become blessed. Such a gopi is saying to her closest friend, her Sakhi, having experienced her first sweet meeting with Shyam Sundar, exquisitely sweet meeting with Shyam Sundar, she's saying to her closest friend, her Sakhi, "Oh Sakhi, what can I tell you about a day when I first saw Shyam Sundar? क्या कहूँ?" We all want to see Shyam Sundar. Every soul, every jeev, ultimate aim is to have the divine vision of Shyam Sundar. Why? Because we all want happiness, sukh, anand, bliss. It's a natural law that every part, every fraction has a natural love for the whole and tries to become one with it, tries to attain it, to become one with it. We, the individual souls, Jivatma, are eternal fractions, parts of Sri Krishna. Sanatan, Bhagwan Krishna says to Arjuna in Gita, Mamaivansho jivaloke jiva bhutah sanatanaha. Chapter 15, verse 7, Gita. Shri Krishna is saying to Arjuna, the individual souls are eternal fractions of himself, Sanatan. So it means that we naturally love and want only Shri Krishna, being eternal fractions. Valmiki ji says in the Valmiki Ramayana, Loke nahi sa vidyet yo narama manubrataha. Valmiki ji says it's impossible, it is impossible to find an individual soul that does not truly love Shri Krishna or want Shri Krishna. Sounds strange, as there are people in the world who believe in God. They are called theist, astic. And there are those who don't believe in God. They're called atheist, Gnostic. They don't want to even hear the name of God. Yet Valmiki is making such a statement, a great saint. Why? Who is Sri Krishna? We are eternal fractions of Sri Krishna. Then what or who is Sri Krishna? The scriptures tell us that Sri Krishna is bliss, happiness, anand. Raso vai sahara sagvam hye vayam labdho nandi bhavati. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 2, verse 7. This Ved mantra is saying that Sri Krishna is ras, he is bliss, he is happiness. Anando brahmeti vijanat. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 3, verse 6. Again the Vedas are saying, Sri Krishna is Anand, he is bliss, happiness. In other words, whether we say happiness or we say Sri Krishna, there are two names for one and the same entity. In English we say simile. Paryayavachi Shabd in Hindi. Two names for one and the same entity. So, since every part, fraction, has a natural love for the whole and wants to become one with it, and we, the individual souls, are eternal parts, fraction of Sri Krishna, it means we want and love only Sri Krishna. And because Sri Krishna is happiness, that's why we all want only happiness. We have been looking for it. From beginningless time, we have been looking for Sri Krishna. It's our nature. But we have not found even the tiniest particle of that happiness. We have found something in the world. We call it happiness. We get something that we love to eat. The kind of motor car we like to drive, the kind of house we'll want to live in, the kind of girl we want to get married to, or the kind of boy, and we think, I am happy. And then what happens? It doesn't take long for the happiness to turn into sorrow. The same person, that same object that gives us happiness ends up giving us sorrow in the same amount. So that's not happiness. The Vedas tell us, Yo vai bhuma tat sukham bhumaiva sukham, Chandogya Upanishad. It's given a definition for the word happiness. That which is infinite, unmeasurable, eternal, beginningless, is called sukh, happiness. Once attained, it is possessed forever. We'll never become separate from it again, ever. We'll never experience sorrow again. Have we attained such a thing? No. Whatever is given us happiness ends up giving us sorrow. So where is the happiness? Tulsidas Ji, a great saint, says, Soi sukh lavalesh, barik jin sapne hu lahi, te nahi ganahi khagesh, brahma sukhi sajjana sumati. Tulsidas Ji says that if we were to experience the tiniest drop of true happiness, even once, even in dream, then we are sure to forget the happiness of the formless absolute Brahm, that which is experienced by the Jnanis. Then what to speak of the mundane pleasures of this world? So we have not attained happiness because we have not attained the Sri Krishna. So we have to attain Sri Krishna. In order to attain the happiness we want, and we have been looking for, we will attain that only upon seeing Sri Krishna, attaining Sri Krishna. Now, how are we going to attain Sri Krishna? In the Ramayana, Bhagwan Shri Ram says to Sugriv, Nirmal man jan so mohi pava, mohi kapat chal chidra na bhava. Bhagwan, God, Shri Ram is saying to Sugriv, a devotee of his, that only those who are pure in heart, pure mind, can know him, see him, attain him. He says, I cannot tolerate deception, deceit, fraud. So pure heart. We have to make the vessel. वो पात्र बनाना है. We have to make the vessel. The heart, the mind has to be made pure. How are we going to make this heart, this mind pure? The very first lecture you heard in this series, those who were here, one of my sister Pracharikas spoke about sadhana and making the heart, the mind pure. And she told you that only the path of bhakti, no gyan, no yoga, no tapasya, no karma, nothing works. Are Jagar Guru Shankaracharya himself is saying, Vishuddhayati nantaratma Krishna padam bhoja bhakti mrite. He's teaching his own mother that without bhakti, without love for Sri Krishna, the heart, the mind cannot be purified. But there's something more. Someone can say, okay, I am doing bhakti, I am chanting the name of Sri Krishna, I am doing jap, maha mantra, yet the heart, the mind is not being purified. There's something more. So Bhagavan Krishna says to Uddhav in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Yathagnina he mamalam jahati dhvatam punah swam bhajate charupam atma cha karma nushayam vidhuya mad bhakti yogena bhajatya thomam. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11 canto, 14th chapter, 25th verse. Gold, in its original form, is filled with dirt, impurities. How do we clean the dirt, impurities from gold? Even when it gets older also. You have to heat it in fire. So Bhagavan Krishna says to Uddhav, just as gold, when heated in fire, becomes purified of its dirt, impurities, glows and attains its pure form. In the same way, only when we shed tears of selfless love for Sri Krishna is the heart, the mind purified. This is verse 25. To make it even more, firm, he again repeats, he says in the next verse, Yatha yathatma parimrijyate sau mat punya gatha shravana bhidhanai tatha tatha pashyati vastu sukshmam chakshur yathaivanjana samprayuktam. 11 canto, 14th chapter, 26th verse. Here, Sri Krishna is given the example of Anjan, an Ayurvedic medicine. Doesn't exist today. Just as we have diseases in the eyes today, cataract and so many kinds of diseases, but we have so many things that scientists has discovered. So many kinds of cream, lasers, so many things that we can use to destroy the diseases of the eyes. In ancient times, there was the same diseases in the eyes, but there was not all these things like laser and all these creams. But there was something even better. This was called Anjan, an Ayurvedic medicine. Any disease in the eye, and you apply that Anjan, it would destroy it slowly, slowly, and then you will see things clearly again. So here Sri Krishna says, Uddhav, just as when Anjan applied to the diseased eyes destroys the disease, and slowly, slowly one is able to see things clearly again. In the same way, while chanting the names of Sri Krishna, listening to his divine glories and divine pastimes, we shed tears of selfless love. The heart, the mind is purified. This is the most important thing. This tears. We can do all the bhakti, all the chanting of the names. We can visit all the mandirs. We can bow to all the images of Bhagwan. We can bow to all the saints. But until we don't shed these tears, and not for the world. Somebody may say, especially ladies, I cry all the time. There's a devotee that she cries so much, people put her name Pani. Her name is Ani, but she cries all the time. So there everybody calls her Pani instead. For anything, not like that. No, no, no. Look, you have a dirty piece of cloth and you want to clean it. This cloth has been dirty for a long time. What do you need? Clean water. Nirmal Pani. Shuddha Jal. Pure water. So this dirty cloth, this dirty rag is our heart, our mind. Pure water to God and saint. Hari Guru. The world, sansar, dirty water. If you take a dirty piece of cloth and dip it in dirty water, it only gets more dirty. When we shed tears for the world, we only make the heart, the mind more dirty than it is already. When we shed tears for God and the saint, the heart, the mind starts to purify. But don't shed tears for Hari Guru, God and the saint, and then go back and shed tears for the world. We do that also. We shed lots of tears, some of us. And then we go back and cry in the world for something, someone. So that's like taking this dirty cloth and washing it in the pure water, and then you take it and dip it back in the bucket of dirty, muddy water. It only gets dirty all over again. So we have to keep washing in the pure water. So we have to shed tears. Sadhana. Most important thing in sadhana, shedding tears. Most important. Slowly, slowly, not by ourselves. We can shed all the tears. That alone is not going to make the heart, the mind, the vessel ready. We need the help of someone. And a personality called Guru. Not just anyone, Bhagwan Krishna says in Gita, Tadvir pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Chapter 4, verse 34, Gita. If we are so fortunate to meet someone who has seen Krishna, attained a divine bliss, divine vision of Sri Krishna, Tattva Darshinaha, practical man. What should we do? Number one, completely surrender to him, pranipatena. Number two, pariprashnena. Ask him questions with a genuine interest to know. And number three, sevaya. Do his seva, serve him. He will give you the knowledge of Sri Krishna. He will give you Sri Krishna. The Vedas tell us, Pariksha lokan karma chitan brahmano nirveda mayan nastakitakatena tad vijnanartham sagurumeva bhikachet samit pani shrotriyam brahmanishtham. Mundak Upanishad, first Mundak, second Kand, 12th mantra. So Ved is saying we have to have a guru. Have to. But there are two things that qualifies him to be guru. Two qualities he must have. One is Shrotriya, meaning he must have knowledge of all the scriptures. Complete knowledge. All Ved, all Shastra, all Puran. Every scripture. Not only that, he is able to remove our doubts. But even more important, he is Brahmanishtham. He has practical experience of Sri Krishna. He's attained Sri Krishna. This is why in Gita, Bhagwan Krishna only mentions one. Tattvadarshina, practical man. If we are under the shelter of such a guru, and we do sadhana, we shed tears for Sri Krishna, Guru starts making that vessel. Through his Swarupa Shakti, he makes the heart, the mind divine. Sri Krishna is divine. We have seen Sri Krishna. Not once, not twice, uncountable times. We, the individual souls, are beginningless. Whenever Sri Krishna has descended in this world, as he did 5,000 years ago, uncountable time, we were also there. But, Jaki rahi bhavana jaisi Prabhu murati dekhi tin taisi. However we are on the inside, when we see God or a saint, we see them in the same way. This is why when God and the saints come in this world, very few people benefit. Actually, when God comes, nobody benefits. In the Ramayana, imagine Prabhu Shri Ram lived in this world 11,000 years. 11,000 varsh. And Tulsidas ji says, Ek nari tar. Only one person benefited. Ahilya. When he came as Sri Krishna, he stayed a short time, 125 years, nobody benefited. Why? Because when we look at him, how we are on the inside, we see him exactly the same way. If we're a tamasic nature and we meet God or a saint, oh my God, he's a bad man. Such an evil man. If we are of a rajasic nature, we love money. We love the world. And we meet God or a saint, I know, he likes money. Money guru. And if we are for sattvic nature, we are good, we have good thoughts in our mind, and we meet God or a saint, he's a good man. Acha admi, acha. He's good. Better than me, but he's good, that's all. And God and the saint, they're beyond the three modes of Maya. How are we going to benefit? Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjun, Avajananti mamurha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam jananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Chapter 9, verse 11, Gita. Arjun, ignorant human beings, material souls under the control of Maya, mistake him for an ordinary human being. In the Ramayana, Tulsidas Ji says, Chidanandamaya deha tumhari vigat vikar jani adhikari. Just as God is divine, his body is also divine. But to see divine body of Shri Krishna, of Radharani, we have to have divine eyes. In other words, if we were to see Shri Krishna with our material eyes, these eyes we have, what do? They see. What can they see? Material objects, because they are material. So if we were to see Shri Krishna with our material eyes, we will see him as a material being with all the defects and shortcomings, just like one of us. So we have to make the vessel. So by doing sadhana under the shelter of a true saint, or a sick saint, slowly, the saint will make that vessel for us. Our eyes will become divine, and we will see Shri Krishna. So this Gopi, she is deserving. She has the right eyes. And she has seen Shri Krishna for the first time. And she's saying to her closest friend that I have seen that exquisitely sweet beauty of Shri Krishna. And the Gopi, her Sakhi, she becomes curious. She wants to know what her Sakhi has seen. So she's asking Sakhi, please tell me. Let's hear. वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
सखी बात कहूँ का
वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
दिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
जा दिन देखी नंद नंदन छवि जा दिन देखी नंद नंदन छवि
जा दिन देखी नंद नंदन छवि
मंद मंद मुस्कात कहूँ का
मंद मंद मुस्कात कहूँ का
ओ मंद मंद मुस्कात कहूँ का दिन की सखी बात कहूँ का So now that Gopi is saying to her Sakhi, O ja din dekhi Nand Nandan chhabi. O Sakhi, the day I saw that infinitely beautiful, sweet form of Nanda Nandan, Shyam Sundar, Shri Krishna. How beautiful is Shri Krishna. We hear the word beautiful in the world. Oh, this boy is so handsome. This girl is so beautiful. People win competition. Miss World, Miss Universe. And we think, such a beautiful girl. And I wish I could be beautiful like her. Oh, such a handsome boy. There's no beauty. If we take that girl who is Miss World, Miss Universe, she's won the competition, and put her to stand here. And then we take the lowest heavenly damsel. There's a place called heaven, Swarg. I'm sure you've heard about it. We have been there uncountable times. You bring that girl from heaven, the lowest, and you place her to stand next to this girl who's won this title of Miss World, Miss Universe. She would look like a pig. Suar. And we are so overwhelmed by seeing such a person. If we were able to see this heavenly damsel, they're here, they come, we can't see them, but if we're able to, there's such a fragrance, such a beauty in their heavenly bodies that our senses would be unable to tolerate the bliss, and either we'll fall on unconscious or we'll fall on dead. And this is only a heavenly damsel and the lowest. We're not talking about divine yet. Shri Krishna's beauty, infinitely times more beautiful. She says, I saw that beautiful. Remember, this gopi has the right eyes. Aankh hai. To see the real beauty. From every pore of Shri Krishna's body, infinite divine bliss is flowing. Chuvat hai. Infinite divine bliss, Brajaras, is flowing. And that gopi is seeing that. Oh, manda muskat. And she says, oh Sakhi, he's smiling so sweetly. Shri Krishna smile. One smile, and if you have the right vessel, you will fall on unconscious bliss. Shri Krishna will come here and smile, and yet nothing will happen. We might think he's beautiful. My son is more beautiful than that. I heard that this Krishna is so beautiful. That great saints, Lattu, they become like butter in the hand. and I'm looking at him, nothing. Because we don't have the right eyes. So this gopi, she says, she saw that infinite beautiful form. So now that her friend, her Sakhi, is getting more and more inquisitive, more and more curious, she says, "Oh Sakhi, please tell me. Please describe to me how beautiful, what you really saw." Let's hear what her friend says. वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का,
दिन की सखी बात कहूँ का,
ओ वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का,
दिन की सखी बात कहूँ का,
जिन अखियन देखी सखी सो छवि,
जिन अखियन देखी सखी जो छवि,
ओ जिन अखियन देखी सखी सो छवि,
जिन अखियन देखी सखी सो छवि,
सो कही न सकात कहूँ का,
सो कही न सकात कहूँ का,
ओ सो छवि न सो कही न सकात कहूँ का,
सो कही न सकात कहूँ का,
वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का,
दिन की सखी बात कहूँ का,
जिन अखियन देखी सखी सो छवि. So now the gopi is saying to her friend, she says, "O Sakhi, jo this jin akhiyan means the eyes that I have seen Shri Krishna with. I have seen him, but yet there are no words I can use to describe how beautiful he is. If we want to describe something to someone that they have not seen before, we have to use something as an example. Like in the world, somebody has very beautiful eyes, so they says she has eyes like a deer. Someone sings very beautiful, she has the voice of a nightingale. Examples are used. But she says, there was nothing. Because nothing in the material world can be used to describe Shri Krishna's body. Chidanandamaya deha tumari. Just as Shri Krishna is divine, his body is also divine. Everything, the color, everything. We hear that Shri Krishna is blue. Some say he is black. Some say he is white. So many colors. Yet none is describing what the color of Shri Krishna is, his complexion. Because it's divine. Look, the saints who are seeing Shri Krishna, they see. Just as how I'm looking at you and you're looking at me, they are seeing Shri Krishna. Jit dekhu tit sham mai hai. And they don't need eyes. The guy who is saying, everywhere I look, I see Sham Sundar, Shri Krishna, he's blind. Surdas. So you say, Surdas ji, you are blind and you are seeing Shri Krishna everywhere. Not with these eyes. Because Surdas has attained the eyes of Shri Krishna. To see Shri Krishna, we need to get Shri Krishna's eyes. Siya Ram mai sab jag jani, karahu pranam jori jug pani. Hanumanji saying, everywhere I look, I see my beloved Sitaram. And I put my hands together and I do pranam. In every particle. So they're seen, but they can't tell us. Why? Because everything is divine. So they have used things in the material world to help us. They know we can't understand divine things. So they have used, they said, oh, his body is blue like a sapphire, like the sky, like a young rain-laden cloud, like a lotus flower. We have seen all these things. We have seen the blue lotus, we have seen a sapphire, we have seen the blue sky, but we never fell unconscious with bliss. So they use and they say, his complexion is something like that. Not that. To help us. And Shri Krishna knows that we cannot meditate on his divine form. We don't have a divine mind. We don't have divine eyes. So Shri Krishna is very merciful, Akaran Karun, and he's causelessly merciful. So he says, meditate on whatever you want. Meditating on Shri Krishna, my Gurudev, Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripaluji Mahaprabhu, he says it's the easiest thing to meditate on Shri Radha Krishna. There's nothing more easy. Even in the world, we can't meditate on someone we love in the world, our mother, our father, our wife, our husband, as how easy it is to meditate on Shri Krishna. Why? Because that same mommy, daddy that you'll see in every day, if you try to form in your mind the exact shape of their hair, nose, eye, impossible. But with Shri Krishna, whatever you make in your mind, he is going to accept. Jo bhi banao, wo aswikar karenge. He is going to accept it. जो प्रेम से करेंगे, प्यार से, but provided you do it with love. That's all he cares about, bhavana. He cares about how much we love. Whatever you make, he's going to accept. When the heart, the mind will become pure through Guru's grace and we attain the divine eyes, then we will see the real Shri Krishna. Don't worry. Oh, I saw a very ugly boy in my meditation. That's the Shri Krishna I'm going to attain. No, don't worry. You will attain the real Shri Krishna. Infinitely beautiful. just like the gopi. So she says, Sakhi, my eyes have seen Shri Krishna, but it cannot describe. My guru used to give an example. Somebody says ice cream. Well, he loved to talk about rasgulla. Oh, meetha. It is sweet. So somebody asks, how sweet? What is this meetha? So you ask the person, have you ever eaten sugar, chini? No. Have you ever eaten gur, the raw sugar? No. Have you eaten anything sweet? No. I am a worm that has lived this entire life in the neem tree. Neem is very bitter. I have tasted only bitter things my whole life. Now explain to me what is meetha, what is sweet. This is our condition. We have never tasted that anything in the divine world. So how are they going to explain to us? All we have tasted is material things. All we have experienced is material. So the saints and God knowing this, the saints especially, they have used objects of the world to help us. Don't think this is what Sri Krishna is. This is what Radharani is. It's all material. In every particle of that picture, of that murti, of that idol, that image, Radha Krishna is pervading. Don't be afraid. Eko deva sarva bhuteshu gudha sarva vyapi sarva bhutantaratma karma dhyaksha sarva lokadivasa sakshi cheta kevalo nirgunascha. Shvetashvataropanishad, chapter 6, verse 11. Shri Krishna pervades in each and every particle of the entire universe. In every part of that image, Shri Krishna is pervading. All we have to make is the right feeling. But no saint, not even Bhagavan himself, can come and describe to us what he really looks like. So the gopi is saying, Sakhi, main kya karu? What can I do? The eyes, because there is nothing, there's no words I can use. He's so beautiful. Kuch batao na. The Sakhi saying, but then still tell me something. Okay, I'll tell you. Wadin ki सखी बात कहूँ का
सखी बात कहूँ का
हो वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का अंग अंग प्रतिरूप माधुरी
अंग अंग प्रतिरूप माधुरी
ओ अंग अंग प्रतिरूप माधुरी लखी अनंग सकुचात कहूँ का लखी अनंग सकुचात कहूँ का।
लखी अनंग सकुचात कहूँ का।
ओ वादिन वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का।
दिन की सखी बात कहूँ का।
So the word anang here, anang. Anang means one who has no body. Sharir hai nahi, doesn't have a body. Kamdev, the god of love, one of his name is Anang. When Parvati was performing tapasya, first previously she was Sati, the wife of Shankar Bhagwan, and she threw herself into the fire. Her father had disrespected Shivji, and he was insulted, and Shivji had told her, don't attend. But she went against the wishes of Shivji and she attended. And when she saw how much he was being disrespected, she threw herself into the fire, the yagna, the havan. In the separation from Shivji, from Sati, Shivji sat in samadhi. Sati was reborn as Parvati, the daughter of Himalaya. And she was doing tapasya to attain Shivji again as her husband. Now, Shivji was in such a deep samadhi, no one can wake him up. So Kamdev was sent, the god of love. And Kamdev took an arrow and shot it at Shivji, Shiv Bhagwan, to wake him from his samadhi. Shivji has something called a third eye. Many people say, I am trying to open my third eye. What? Are you Shiv Bhagwan? I mean, we are so crazy. We don't have a third eye. One person has a third eye, Shankar Bhagwan, for one reason, to destroy the entire universe. We don't have a third eye. Oh, I'm opening my third eye. People have, this is a Kali Yuga. They have made up all kind of foolishness. So Shivji opened his third eye, and burnt Kamdev to ashes. So he got this name Anang. In terms of beauty, Kamdev is told to be the most beautiful man in the material world. Most beautiful. And to describe how beautiful Sri Krishna is, the scripture says that Sri Krishna is so beautiful that the beauty of uncountable Kamdevs combined cannot describe how beautiful Sri Krishna is. Cannot match it. Uncountable Kamdevs. So she says, Sakhi, look. Anga anga prati, every part, anga, every part of his body. It is so beautiful that even uncountable Kamdevs are ashamed. Cannot be used to describe. How can I describe? This is the best I can do, Sakhi. My heart gave. I have lost, I can't. The best I can tell you, you know there was Kamdev, this guy called Kamdev. The Sakhi says, yes, I have heard about him. And he is supposed to be the most beautiful man. Well, uncountable Kamdevs even, and every ang. And that's not all, Sakhi. There was something more interesting, unique. Some devotees looking at the lotus feet of Shyam Sundar, Shri Krishna. Oh, his charan is so beautiful. Then she looks at the hand. Oh, the hands are more beautiful. Now she looks at the face. Oh my God, the face is more beautiful. She looks at the chest. Oh my God, the chest is more beautiful. Then she looks at the charan again. Oh my God, the charan is more beautiful. Every part she looks, it gets more and more beautiful. And it keeps increasing. Gunarahitam kamanarahitam pratikshan vardhamanam. It keeps increasing all the time. Every part. So Sakhi, this is the best. I'm trying to tell you, but this is the best example I can give to describe how beautiful he is. What? And there's something more I can tell you. What? Listen, Sakhi. वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
ओ वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
दिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
देखत हूँ नहीं देखती सखीन
देखत हूँ नहीं देखती सखीन
ओ देखत हूँ नहीं देखती सखीन
देखत हूँ नहीं देखती सखीन
अखियन जल भरी जात कहूँ का
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 ओ वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
दिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
She says, Sakhi, I am looking at him. देखत हूँ नहीं देखती सखीन अखियन. I am looking, but I can't see him. You're looking at somebody and you can't see him. क्या वो गायब हो गए? कुछ जादू हो गया? Did he disappear? Did he do some magic? That you are looking and you can't see him? No, Sakhi. She says, I am getting so much bliss. Itna anand. So much bliss. tears are flowing from my eyes. And my eyes haven't become filled with tears. I can't see Shyam Sundar. Even when we are doing sadhana, as I said, we have to shed tears. There are two kinds of tears. One is milan and one is viraha. We shed tears in meeting, milan, and in separation, viraha. In milan, in our meditation, we are embracing Shyam Sundar, Kanhaiya. We get so much happiness, it causes us to shed tears. These tears are cold, and they are called tears of union. And sometimes we are trying to meditate on Shyam Sundar, on the saint, and we can't see them, or they don't want to give us a hug. And we think it's because my heart is so dirty. This makes us shed tears also. These are tears of separation, and they are hot. One who is attained, these are not the real tears as yet. ये असली नहीं है. This is only to make the heart, the mind pure. We'll get the real tears when we see the real Shyam Sundar. These are the tears that Gopi shed. There's much more, but we're almost coming to the end of the time, so I don't want to keep it back. Let's go on. वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
दिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
बिनु देखे हूँ सखी कृपालु मोही
बिनु देखे सखी
कृपालु मोही बिनु देखे हूँ सखी कृपालु मोही कृपालु मोही एक पल कलप लखात कहूँ का
एक पल लखात कहूँ का
ओ वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
वादिन की सखी बात कहूँ का
On Sakhi, now my condition has become such that I don't have any desire for food anymore. I can't sleep. I have no appetite. Every moment I just want to see Shyam Sundar. Bas. And a moment without him becomes like a whole kalp. A kalp is 12 hours of Brahma, 4,294,080,000 years. Over 4 billion years. One moment without Shyam Sundar. The gopis used to curse Brahma. They would curse Brahma, insult him. Why have you given us eyelids? Because the eyes, when they were looking at Shyam Sundar, the eyes would blink. And that moment that the eye blinked, they could not bear. Not to see Shyam Sundar. So a moment, we can't understand. But that day will come. This is what we want to happen eventually if we do sadhana. We follow what the great Saint Kripajagar Gurutam Sri Kripaluji Mahaprabhu has taught us. We shed tears selflessly, then we'll also be able to see Shyam Sundar. Every moment, in every particle of the world, we'll see Shyam Sundar. The rest, some other time. Bol Lalali Lal ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.